I'm actually live. Hey everybody, Dave Allgood along with you of the Allgood News here at Alaska's news source. Hope you had a great week. I missed you guys a couple weeks. I went on vacation in Colorado for a little bit, and then we've been really busy. We've been road tripping, and that's a whole other story. But let's get back to I had some really good stories. I wanted to make sure we got on here on YouTube and also Facebook. And hello to everybody on Facebook. And you can comment if you want to say hello. Say hello. I'm needy. So anyway, first story I'm going to show you is this is a little 3-year-old kid who wanted to give, his mom's a runner, and he wanted to give her a little gift of her own race. And his mother, Mary Honan, was a track star over at UAA. She's actually in the UAA Track Hall of Fame. And so her son, Olin, said, I want to get Mom a blow-up finish line, and you want to get a fire truck. I think it was more for Olin, but it's a really cute little fun run they do every year. And they raise money for the Awake House here, which helps victims of domestic abuse. So we're going to first play that story, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about how that all got started. So here it is. This is Olin's Fun Run for Mom story, and check it out.
Olin Ahonen is 8 and he likes to run.
Struggling over here, and Mary goes.
And he likes to be a kid too.
What would you say to your mom on Mother's Day?
Hey guys.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, Olin's being a bit shy because you see all these people and pets here today behind Service High School on Mother's Day? Well, Olin had a hand in getting this group together.
So when our older boy Olin was 3 years old, he gave my wife Mary a race for Christmas.
This is Mary, aka Mom.
Really proud of him. I think it's really amazing that he thought of this when he was 3 years old. And
Yep, little Olin gave his mom, who's a UAA Hall of Fame runner, her own little run. The title says it all.
So I said, well, what do you want to call it? And so he named it the Olin Turbo and Mom Family Fun Run.
The name is almost longer than the 2-kilometer run.
the name of the race is the Olin Turbo and Mom Family Fun Run.
Well, how'd you get so smart so young?
I don't know.
Again, he's being modest. I mean, look at all of this cool kid stuff. He made it happen.
He had some demands. He wanted the archway and a fire truck and food trucks and face painting and music and bibs.
Wishes do come true.
And Olin's got a lot of energy, and he got something really cool for his mom on Mother's Day. What'd you get your mom?
I got a race, a fire engine, and a bouncy castle.
So the runners lined up for the start of the...
All right, you guys. Thank you guys for coming to the 5th annual Olin Turbo and Mom Family Fun Run.
The anticipation was actually pure levity.
And 3, 2, 1, go!
They're off. A wave of runners waving. The short course, a time to mingle, meander, and ponder this Mother's Day.
You know, we had 100 people come out today, and I just think that's really special that the community is involved in it.
The money raised here goes to a good cause, Awake, a safe place for women here in Alaska.
So we wanted to give back to women and maybe mothers who are less fortunate and need support from the community.
I'm really happy that we could make a lot more people happy this year.
So here's our hero heading to the finish line, and he had one goal.
Wanted to fall down.
And you did.
And he did. And among the fun was a
To
lesson.
connect with your mom and to get outside and do things that are special between them and help build that bond and help build memories together. And that also giving back to your community is super important.
So this isn't about the finish at all. It's about family.
Whatever makes them happy, it makes us happy, you know?
And that's
Goodbye, everybody!
the Allgood News.
Oh, that's such a sweet story. And somebody just one of you guys somebody sent me a note, and you can if you have a story idea, you can send me a note via just go to our website, just go Allgood News KTUU, and you'll see it. And there's a little form there. If you have an Allgood News idea, you can send me, and I'll reach out. I try to follow up on all of them actually. So, but this was one that kind of a hidden gem, and it was took place right there behind Service High School. So, and by the way, that was Mother's Day. Just happened to be on Mother's Day as well. So cool kid. All right, the next story is what would you do if an anonymous donor said, I'm going to give you $20,000? Well, that's what happened at Dr. Theldra Fairview Elementary School. And but there was a catch. And the catch was had to use that money to buy boots for every child at the school. And that was 400 of them. So how did it happen? Well, they teamed up with 6th Avenue Outfitters Co-op, and it ended up costing about $28,000, but in the end, it didn't cost the kids anything. So here's their story right here.
Dr. Etheldra Fairview Elementary School is home to...
We have over 400 kids here,
That's over 400 pairs of shoes squeaking and skipping down the hallway.
so we were just thrilled. And they wanted to remain anonymous, so
And now that the snow is gone and the weather is warming up, the playground is busy.
many of them put them on and wore them for the rest of the week, and many continued to wear it long after the snow melted.
What they put on was new boots, but how they got them? Well,
That was pretty amazing. The initial thought is, wow, 20,000, and then they wanted to remain anonymous on top of that. So that was just pretty stunning and wonderful. I mean, what a gift.
an anonymous hero gave the Title I school $20,000 specifically
So that every single child in the entire school got a brand new pair of winter boots.
nice winter boots from 6th Avenue Outfitters Co-op, boots that a lot of families probably couldn't afford.
I've had a couple of the students say that they were the nicest boots they've ever owned.
And get this, the cost to give new boots to every child actually came to $28,000, $8,000 more than the anonymous donation.
And so 6th Avenue Outfitters was kind enough to give us a further discount to make up for some $8,000 or so.
And not only did 6th Avenue Outfitters discount the shoes $8,000, they came out and measured each child's feet and gave them boots a size larger to grow into for next year. And how did the kids take the news? Well, I'll let them tell you.
I was shocked because I never heard of a school who were going to buy boots for kids.
I was surprised and I said thank you because I didn't know I was going to get boots.
Look at those smiles, these happy feet, and maybe, just maybe, peace of mind knowing these little minds, our kids, are going to be okay and taken care of because somebody they'll never know knew what they needed.
What's a pair of boots? But if you don't have any other winter gear or have those boots, they mean a huge deal.
Oh, and these kids are grateful.
Thank you!
I'll say thank you because they donated the boots to Fairview.
An anonymous donor in a local business gave our kids more than just happy feet. They gave them a life lesson that's as priceless as these smiles.
I've learned from a very wise person what you give into the world would come back to you.
Giving is good, and that's
It was incredible.
the Allgood News.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thanks to the principal, vice principal there for setting all that up. But yeah, amazing that the community, by the way, Fairview is a Title I school. That means they have free lunches, and they could use a little help. We all can, right? So what a great gift, $20,000 from an anonymous donor. So these kids are going to have boots, and they did buy them a half size bigger so they'll be able to grow into them because kids do grow. They'll be able to grow into them next year. But what a great gift, and kudos to all the people helping them out, the 6th Avenue Outfitters Co-op. What a great gift. They ended up pitching in $8,000 in discounts to make sure every kid, 400 of them, got boots, winter boots, really nice winter boots too. So they'll have a story to tell. All right, the last story, I really like this one. The little island of Unalaska, they have a library. Well, the library was under construction for the last year, and well, they had to move the books to the chapel to keep them dry and safe while they renovated the old library to make it new. And, well, they had to get the books back, and so they decided to do a little community building. That would be the librarian. And what she did brought the whole community together for at least an hour as they made a human chain to pass books. Check it out.
Karen Kresh is a city librarian for the small town of Unalaska.
It's a small community, about 4,500 people.
And she acknowledges they're pretty isolated.
Unalaska is on an island of the same name in the Aleutian chain. We're very, very remote.
So the library on the small island is kind of the epicenter for people to socialize.
The library also has a really important role in our community about just providing a gathering place for people to get together and hang out.
So, of course, Karen was excited when the city decided last year to redo and expand the library.
They renovated the entire building. So they gutted the building, which was very distressing after we moved out. They had it down to the concrete floor. And
the other thing about Karen is that she loves what she does.
I love reading, and I just want to share that love with other people. It's really as simple as that.
So when the renovation was done, Karen pitched an old school idea on how to get the books from this former military chapel back to the new library. Well,
I think when I told people I wanted to do this, they were a little skeptical that it would work out.
Because that idea seemed a bit fictional.
We wanted to move our children's books as a community from that temporary location to our newly expanded library. And it's a journey of about 900 feet. So we thought it would be doable by making a human chain.
A human chain. So Karen put out a call on social media and the local radio station, and the rest, well, it was a page turner.
I don't know if this is going to work out. A bunch of kids came over from the high school and they filled in the gaps, and it was really beautiful. Then we had a full chain from the temporary library all the way to the new one.
So for 1 hour on a spring day in 2023, 250 people came together. The Unalaska universe was linked with all shapes and sizes of books and people passing and smiling, forming so much more than just a human chain, memories.
We had volunteers from all walks of life, all different political viewpoints.
So as you might imagine, Karen had a method to her madness. They could have moved the books without all these people. This was simply library book magic.
It was more about the symbolism and the getting together as a community and everybody participating, everybody having a chance to help, than actually moving the number of books.
So all of this was much more than a human chain. It was the bonding of an unforgettable memory. And that...
Yeah, as a librarian, I could use that positivity in the world today.
The Allgood News.
And how about that? That was a great story. And the librarian there, she's a wonderful spirit, and she put all that together by simply going to the local radio station there on Unalaska, and also just getting the word out. So you had road crews, you had people, construction workers, you had elementary schools, high schoolers, all came together on the island just for that one moment to pass a few books. And as you know, like she said, as a library on the Unalaska island is also a big community center, and a place for people to kind of hang out. So what a sweet story. And all right, that's about it, man. Not too much to talk about. Hope you guys have a good weekend coming up. And if you have any Allgood news stories, just email me at allgoodnews@ktuu.com. It's just as easy as that. So hope you have a great weekend, and keep those ideas coming, man. I appreciate it. And to all my friends on Nextdoor and all the people that send me ideas and around, that's all I really appreciate it, okay? So take care, man. Toodaloo. We'll see you back here next Friday, okay? Bye-bye.